Tornado. My partner and I have been working on this for 3 years, but you don't care. And you don't have to care because nobody ever likes to see the project and the obstacles until it's all over. So the advantage of making a long form video like this, and I beg for your indulgence for just a second, because I'm going to break down a bunch of things that will help you, whether you make long form videos, whether you make short form videos. The process is going to end up being in a B-roll for a documentary. It's going to end up in short form content when my editor gets a hold of it. There are a lot of reasons to make long form content, and the primary reason is there's a story to tell. If you are in a process, if you've gone through something, if you have an emotion that you need to share, that is the perfect time to make a long form video. And not everybody is going to see it now, but somewhere down the line, it becomes important as a piece of history to the next series of videographers, to the next series of inventors, for the next series of creators who need a piece of inspiration and to have someone break down how hard it actually was. When the project is over, everyone's going to go, this is fantastic. We have clean water, we have clean energy. That's why we named the project Green Tornado. We developed a wind turbine that is 37 times more efficient than what's currently on the market. But this is part of the story. I was reading Tim Brown's brilliant book called Change by Design. And it breaks down a theory called design thinking, which he did not come up with, but that he has popularized. And what the part that made me stop what I was doing today to make a video for everybody else was the concept of inspiration, ideation, and implementation. To have an idea, that inspiration, you see a problem, you figure out something that could be a solution, or you just come up with a better mousetrap. Great. We've come up with a better wind turbine. Awesome. So, ideation. How are our end users going to use this? Can we use it on telephone poles for emergency power? Can we use it on roofs to power homes, cars, and storage of energy? Can we use it to replace natural gas factories? Can we use it to replace nuclear power plants, coal-powered plants? Absolutely. With clean, safe, affordable energy. So we do a lot of big things, but the way that I describe it now is, do you want clean water and energy? And looking around Colorado, California, all these places out west in the United States, we're running out of clean water. Now, without water, we don't produce crops. Without water, we have to ship water in. It's inefficient. There's a theory that we can use existing power to move water west from the Mississippi River to the Colorado River. It is unbelievably expensive. So if we can produce all this clean power to move that water inexpensively, we're solving two problems at the same time, which is my favorite thing to do in the entire world. So that is the big picture. By taking the existing wind turbines and shipping them to third world countries, we are looking to give them clean water, give them affordable clean energy. And the fringe benefit of that is we can do that and they will like us more. They will know that we are taking care of them in their time of need. We are creating more fans of the United States, and we will own the 21st century, just by taking this huge swing. Inventors, brilliant people have been working on this problem, this issue, for many years. There's been a huge political climate produced on both sides of this issue because it's making somebody money. If, for example, a billionaire owns natural gas companies, if a billionaire owns coal plants, if a billionaire has some interest in other things, they will produce propaganda and find channels who are more than willing to take their money to push their agenda. And because we're in such silos as human beings in this country, sometimes we only get, quote, our news from the left or the right, who are telling us the stories they want us to believe. What we need to do as a society is to meet in the middle and look at all these big ideas, all these big problems, which ones can be part of the solution, which ones are not part of the solution but are just there to confuse us, and start spreading the word, having real conversations with people we don't necessarily agree with on everything, but I think we can all agree upon clean water and a healthy planet for our next generations. That seems like a simple place to agree and start. So let me tell you a little bit about the project and how it all got started in brilliant people taking big swings. I met Bob Bishop and his lovely wife Sandra at a small business conference in Albany, New York about 4 years ago. And after the conference, they were asking some questions regarding marketing and developing their idea. And I took some time and I answered their questions, and we followed up at my office. We had several visits there. I went to his home and talked to him there. We started going to energy conferences together, and he showed me more and more about his design for this wind turbine that's 37 times more efficient, and the beginnings of the prototype. And I hired a copywriter, I put up a basic website, I started networking, and this is where everybody else comes in handy. It's an everybody project. We need brilliant people to get us across the finish line. Some miracles take time. We've put in some time. Some miracles take money. We need more money. Some miracles need communication. That's what we're doing. We're doing it in long form. We'll be doing it in short form. We'll be doing it here, there, and everywhere. You will know of our product. You will see our product in demonstrations. There'll be videos on, it'll probably start on your public television station, and then maybe if we get blown up, we'll be on 60 Minutes. If we're on 60 Minutes, we will be on more channels. We'll have the documentary come out on Netflix. We will replace some dirty power with some clean power. We will set up satellite sites in natural disaster zones or forward sites for military operations in record time, because our units can be packaged and put into quick deploy situations. And it's amazing that people will be able to have their own microgrids, because it solves another problem. Here's a problem. We are committed to replacing our fossil-fueled cars with electric cars over the next 10 years or so, mostly. It's a little bit of a gradual process, but 2030 is not as far away as people will realize when they're watching this video. But in terms of getting people's attention, 2030 is not guaranteed. We just lived through a pandemic, and we're all trying to get through our days or our quarters, or if we're forward planning, maybe we're planning out a trip for next spring. That's as far as our attention span will let us go in a lot of cases. So we don't have a power grid because we haven't invested in the infrastructure properly for over 20 years, because the utility companies are waiting for that free government money to do what they should have been doing all along, because it's more profitable, because they can have less employees, they can make more money, unless someone else is footing the bill for those employees. So we're going to need microgrids. So by putting these on a certain number of houses at a reasonable price, not only will you be getting your energy for free every month, you'll be charging your electric cars for free every month. What's that worth to you? The current grid cannot handle charging all the electric cars at one time. If you're producing your own power, it's done. We don't have to build additional power plants. We can worry about replacing the ones that are not serving our environment. That's what we're doing. Green Tornado. I'm Ron Hunt. I'm the Chief Operating Officer. Bob Bishop, he's the CEO and Chief Engineer. We have brilliant people working with us, helping us, but what we need are the people who know people. And I'm hoping that is 1, 2, 5 of you out there. I can friend Bill Gates and Melissa Gates on LinkedIn, and I have. That does not mean that I can DM them and actually get a hold of them. There are gatekeepers. They get pitched by 1,000 people every day, I'm sure, with some brilliant and some crackpot ideas. But somebody watching this knows somebody who plays bridge with Bill Gates, who knows the person that can actually get 5 minutes of his time to see our product in action. Because we know that the Gates Foundation wants to serve the third world with clean energy and power, because they've been doing all sorts of projects all over the world, distributing some of that fine money to help other people. And that is our end goal. That is our manifesto. We want to serve everybody, but that is the ideation and implementation phase of the design thinking. We need people who have resources to help us do more faster. I'm Ron. This is what I do. I am an inventor mentor. I have been translating engineer into English for over 40 years. I think everyone tells me I got one of those. He's fantastic yesterday, and thank you for that. But what I really want to do is help people. That has been at my core all my life. I've served all my life. Help me help more people. That's what we're asking to do. Have a great day. Back to work.